Good morning. Today's topic is electronic fund transfer. And electronic fund transfer, as we know, is for transferring money online. And initially, when it was started, the funds can be transferred from the banks only. And later, using the internet at your home, you can transfer the fund from your home. The facility is, if you have internet banking facility at the initial stages, then you can transfer funds from sitting at your home to any other bank accounts which is connected to the internet, right? This is basically the internet electronic fund transfers, transferring fund from one account to another account of the same bank or to or account of any other bank. And we have different methods of electronic fund transfers are there, and different methods of electronic fund transfers are available there. These different methods of electronic fund transfers are there, and these methods we can different methods of electronic fund transfers are there. These methods, right? And I will discuss in detail about these methods, which methods we can use for electronic fund transfers, right? Electronic fund transfer is the electronic transfer of money from one bank account to another bank account, right? The fund transfer must be either within a single financial institution or across multiple institutions. It means you can transfer funds from HDFC Bank one account to HDFC Bank's another account or any other branch located at any other location, or you can also transfer funds from HDFC banks to State Bank of India or Punjab National Bank or Bank of India. That is basically the facility, and that is basically electronic fund transfer. It is done through computer-based systems. We all know. Definitely, electronic means computer-based systems we are using for transferring funds without the direct intervention of bank staff. That is not, you are not asking or you are not taking of permissions of transferring your money from your account to any other account within the same bank or the other bank account, other bank, right? No need of permission is there. It's your money, and the facility is provided by the bank itself, so that you can conveniently operate your account and can transfer funds from your account to any other account. And electronic fund transfer are known by a number of names, different names maybe. In the United States, they have been referred to as electronic cash and electronic check, basically. Different names and different types of electronic fund transfer method. Different methods are as well there, right? Different methods as well. Reason for free preferring electronic transfer. Why we are preferring electronic fund transfer? Electronic fund transfer allows customers to make money transfers at the comfort of their homes using integrated banking tools such as internet and mobile banking. Initially, we don't have uh, access of mobile applications, and so we were using only internet banking, and the fund transfer was possible only with internet banking only, right? So you'll be sitting at your home and can transfer the money using your desktop or your laptop, right? That was the only option in the initial stages, because there were no smartphones available, right? And electronic fund transfer allows customers to make money transfers the comfort of their homes using integrated banking tools such as internet and mobile banking. So we will be using internet banking only on your laptop, on our laptops or desktops at home, and transferring the funds from one account to another account. Besides being convenient, electronic fund transfer modes are considered to be safe. Money transfer is safe because, as we know, the technology is quite upgraded, and any such insecurity is not possible, at least in case of transferring the money. Secure system and make transferring money much simpler. Electronic transfers are processed immediately with transferred amount being deducted from one account and credited to other in real time, right? The real time transfers are there, but we'll discuss in detail about how much time it takes basically from deduction of the money from the transferee's account to the and crediting the money to the persons whose account you are going to transfer. This depends upon the which methods you are opting for transferring the money. Which methods basically we are opting for transferring money, right? So it depends upon the methods we are opting for. So we have different method types of fund transfers, and we have different types of fund transfer methods. The number one is National Electronics Funds Transfer, NEFT. Everybody, most of you will be aware with NEFT, and because your parents may be transferring money using the NEFT, and the National Electronics Funds Transfer, NEFT. And NEFT we have basically two types at least NEFTs are there. That is standard NEFT and one is later NEFT. And in case of if you are opting for whenever we are going for fund transfer on our mobile app or internet banking, so it asks for the options. So what options you are opting for transferring the money. If you are opting for the NEFT, then there you will find two options. So now one is the standard NEFT, the other one is the later NEFT. In case of standard NEFT, it takes around 1 to 2 hours to reach the funds to be credited on the other account you want to transfer. That is, it will be debited from your account after 20-30 minutes. It takes the funds will be debited from your account within 20 minutes and 30 minutes, and the funds will be credited to the account you are going to transfer in case of standard NEFT. And later NEFT takes more time than standard NEFT. It takes more time. The second option is real time gross settlements, RTGS. It was basically initially one of the initially opted method, RTGS, right? And the third one is immediate payment services, IMPS. Immediate payment services, IMPS. And IMPS is again it transfer the money immediately. The money will be transferred immediately to the account, and many private banks, and I don't have idea about the government banks. I am using Axis Bank NEFT IMPS services for transferring of money, and SDFC bank services, even PNB as well. PNB internet banking I am using, and PNB doesn't charge anything if you are opting for IMPS. And in case of Axis Bank, I have to pay 5 rupees per transfer if it is more than 1000 or 2000, 10,000, and it is less than 2.5 rupees for the transfer, right? In case of IMPS, and I'm comparing about Axis Bank and PNB, Punjab National Bank. Punjab National Bank is not charging anything. So these three options are there, right? When you will be finding these three options, most of you may be knowing about all these things: real-time gross settlement, immediate payment system, IMPS, RTGS, and NEFT. NEFT we have two types: standard NEFT and later NEFT. IMPS we have to pay in case of some banks they are charging for IMPS services, right? And very nominal the charges are still. The National Electronics Fund Transfer, NEFT. National Electronic Fund Transfers is one of the most prominent electronic fund transfer system of India. Started in November 2005. It started in November 2005. NEFT in India. NEFT is a facility provided to bank customers to enable them to transfer funds easily and securely on a one-to-one basis. Right? It is done via electronic messages, and whenever we are going to transfer the funds, we also receive some OTP at our registered mobile number. We receives OTP for every transfer on our registered mobile numbers. Okay, for this particular transfer, the OTP is this, and please enter the OTP only then one time password. It is basically one time password. Only then you will be. It is two-factor authentication. One is two steps. One is OTP, on one-time password. The another is your password. Password you are using for internet banking or for mobile banking, right? The OTP, every bank sends OTP for transferring the whenever you are going to transfer the fund, right? NEFT is a facility provided to bank customers to enable them to transfer funds easily and securely on a one-to-one basis. It is done via electronic messages. NEFT facilities are available in 30,000 bank branches. It is little is old data and they are not now available with all the bank branches, at least nationalized banks and private banks. And I'm not talking about it may not be available with some banks related rural banks basically, and banks owned by some small mini banks, we can say, by societies, and right, and banks, some basically small banks on the right cooperative society owned by the cooperative societies, basically cooperative banks, we say district cooperative bank or some such banks may not be linked with the NEFT services. Otherwise, all nationalized banks and private banks, all branches, all accounts are linked with fund transfer facilities, right? Not the 30,000 only. This through NEFT, individuals, firms, and corporate. Individual account, civic account, or corporate account. We have current account in case of the corporate accounts mostly. Corporate can electronically transfer funds from any bank branch to any individual or any firm or any corporate having any an account with any other bank branch in the country. Right? Any bank's branch, not only the same bank's branch, we can transfer with any bank branch, and in case of NEFT, and as I said, NEFT is basically of two types. Uh, one is our standard NEFT which transfer the funds within 2 hours, and one is later NEFT which takes little bit more time, and right, and usually then standard NEFT, and we can opt for, and there are no charges for this fund transfer. No charges for fund transfers, right? No charges for these fund transfers, right? No charges for this fund transfers. And NEFT has gained popularity due to its saving on and on time, and the transfer of money on time, and no charges are there for fund transfer in case of NEFT as well. Real time gross settlement, RTGS. Real time gross settlement, RTGS. Real time gross settlement, as the name suggests, is a real time funds transfer system. Real time fund transfers, right? Which facilitates you to transfer funds from one bank to another in real time or a gross basis. The transaction is not put on a waiting list as it is in NEFT or standard NEFT and cleared out instantly. Right? This is RTGS. RTGS payment gateway maintained by Reserve Bank of India makes transactions between banks electronically. Makes transactions between banks. You may be transferring from your account in Axis Bank to any of the relatives or friends' account in State Bank of India, so you can transfer. That is the payment gateway maintained by, in case of RTGS by RBI. Right? The transferred amount is instantly deducted from the account of one bank's and credited to other bank's account. Right? It will be deducted from one bank account and credited to other bank account. For the point, this is RTGS. And immediate payment service, IMPS. Immediate payment service is an instant and real-time interbank electronic fund transfer system in India. IMPS offers an interbank electronic fund transfer service through mobile phones using smartphone. Mobile phone applications of banks. Install our bank's app on our mobile phone and then can use IMPS. Right? Unlike NEFT and RTGS, the service is available 24/7 throughout the year, including bank holidays. Many services are not available throughout the year or on bank holidays. Mostly NEFT and RTGS, because IMPS is available. It is managed by the National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI), right, and is built upon the existing National Financial Switch Network, right, managed by National Payment Corporation (NPCI). In 2010, the NPCI initially carried out a pilot for mobile payment system, immediately fund transfer using the mobiles. The four member banks only. Initially, it was uh, for the four members banks only: State SBI, Bank of India, Union Bank, and ICICI Bank. Later, other banks have been taken in these services like SDFC and other public sector banks, most of them. And this is the service basically started with the mobile apps applications, transferring using the mobile phones with the help of the mobiles, right? It's, IMPS services, as I said. And in IMPS services we are transferring, it is real time transfers. Immediately the fund will be deducted. If you are transferring to some of your relatives or some of your friends, the money will be deducted on the real time immediately, and it will be credited to your friends or relatives account immediately as well. And as I said, I am using internet banking of Punjab National Bank, and where Punjab National Bank and Punjab National Bank PNB doesn't charge any amount for IMPS. But if and I am also using IMPS services on my mobile phone of Axis Bank application, Axis Bank's app on my mobile phone. They are charging 5 rupees for larger amount and 2.5 rupees for smaller amounts of fund transfer using IMPS services. Getting the point? IMPS services. And I am using IMPS service on PNB's net banking, not only mobile, net banking, in internet banking as well, right? In internet banking also I am using IMPS services in internet banking. I'm using internet banking of PNB, Punjab National Bank, and they are not charging any money for IMPS, and you can use using net banking services, right? So this is all about electronic fund transfers. We have NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, two types of NEFTs. Some banks are charging for IMPS services, and some are not charging, and they are charging you 5 rupees for transfer of 1 lakh, time more than 1,000, 10,000 rupees amount. Otherwise, they are charging for 2.5 rupees. That's a big issue. They are providing facilities on the mobile apps as well. And mostly all the banks are providing IMPS services. Are basically launched in 2010 for mobile fund transfer using the mobile phones, and immediate fund transfer, we can say, immediate processing of funds and using the mobile phones, right? So this is all about the electronic fund transfers, right? Different methods of electronics fund transfer. Thank you very much.